Hey guys, episode 24 of the podcast. Today we don't have a guest, it's just me and Broden back here again. What do we talk about today, Broden?
Well, we get a little bit deep. We figure out what's really going on with the COVID crisis. We have a little bit of chat about retail jobs, why it's important to have a cup of water for half of the show.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. For continuity purposes. We talk about continuity and how it can ruin the illusion of this being at the start of the episode. All this and more. Enjoy episode 24 of the Flow State podcast. Broden and Cody. Belter. Episode 24, Broden. It's just you and me.
That's right.
In the studio.
That's right.
Garage now. So what's been happening? Why don't we have a guest this week?
Well, because we're sick. Literally, everyone's getting sick and dying
Exactly.
all around the world.
Yeah.
Not funny.
Not at all.
Stop laughing.
And also, we might point out that we have measured the distance between you and I, Broden, and we are adhering to the 1.5 recommendation meter.
That's right.
Recommendation.
Now, due to the magic of cameras, you can't also see, just because we've edited it out by the time you've seen this, there's a very hard plastic wall between us here
Yeah.
that you can't see because we've edited it out.
Yeah, but because we're good editors and that.
Yeah.
So what's been happening anyway?
Well, mate, I don't even know, really.
Yeah.
Like, it's been a lot of time at work. Like, I've been at work the entire time.
Okay.
Nothing's really. The only thing that's changed for me is more beers, less boxing.
Yeah.
Which has been good. I'm very happy. It's great.
Yeah, so you're a music shop man.
Yeah.
Which if anyone ever looked at you, they'd go, yep.
People try to buy weed off me all the time.
You're a weed salesman.
Yeah, and I don't. A salesman.
Yeah, I like
Hello, would
to
you like to buy these my finest weeds today, sir?
I like to imagine weed guys just rocking up with a briefcase to front doors, having a good pitch.
That's right. But yeah, because of that, they they say don't judge people. I think you should judge people because if someone comes running at you with a knife, you don't go, oh, maybe he's just having a bad day.
Yeah.
You go, hang on, he doesn't look stable. I need to get out of the way.
Yeah, you should judge people.
Judge everyone.
Yeah,
all the
100%.
Time. Don't be an asshole. Just safely judge everything.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing to go, maybe that guy's a murderer.
Yeah.
I reckon a lot of people that aren't so judgy and they're too trustworthy have found themselves in a little bit of bother over the course of history, I think.
You'll find it continually happens.
Yeah, I don't know, he's just had a hard time.
Yeah, I'm going to let him into my life.
You're going to have a hard time in a second.
Yeah, it's right.
If you don't be careful.
I'm going to let him into my life and they're going to eat everything in my house and stay here for months and months on end and drive me crazy until I want to blow my own brains out.
Yeah, there's a point where it's just like, okay, you want to be Mother Teresa and you want to save people, help them. Great initiative. So many people in the world need help. But charity starts at home, I'm afraid.
That's right. And you've also got to remember Mother Teresa used to beat children.
Yeah, did she?
Yeah, with a big stick. Prolific.
You can't libel the dead. Is she dead? When was Mother Teresa around?
Dead to me.
Yeah, okay. So she was okay. Yep. So this was all proven?
Yeah.
So
Kids come out like, yeah, Mother Teresa used to beat the shit out of me.
Okay, you can libel the dead then.
Yeah. Well, just do a Google search or whatever.
I was just going to say,
if not, never let the truth get in the way of a good yarn.
Yeah, never do that. Yeah. So,
but
it's a gamble going into that years of abuse and even to discuss it.
Yeah.
So we'll go away.
We'll skip over that.
We'll go away from it.
But yeah, like that I've been at the music shop the whole time, the entire time.
Yep.
The one hard part at the moment is trying to get stuff to come back into the shop, like to restock stuff.
Because of shipments and things have all been slowed down because of COVID-19.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It's
everything's just come to a fucking halt, hasn't it?
Yeah, or slow, but well, I mean, it's screeching in a lot of ways, but slow enough to hurt a lot of people.
Yeah.
But like apparently the factories that are operating are at like 13 to 20% max.
It's shitty. It's shitty also so there's going to be people that'll come out of this all right, I think. But there's going to be a lot of startup businesses and stuff that just will not recover.
They're done.
And it's just ruined them. It's shitty.
What a perfect way to cut out the bottom rung of society and make them work for the top rung. Isn't that an interesting one?
Oh, yeah. So we're going conspiracy level.
Oh, well,
stuff.
like it's blatantly obvious. Like it's not a conspiracy
can
at this
be-
point. It's fucking reality TV right now.
Yeah. And it's another one where it's like, do you dare say anything on the subject? You know what? Fuck it. We're going to say something on it. Sick of it. No, there's a lot of things, freedoms being given up willy-nilly that people aren't even fucking thinking about. Like, I'm on the cusp of deleting every single ounce of social media that I am on, apart from this podcast. We're not going to get rid of the podcast. But it's just like you can't go on there and say, I think this, without someone going, you're just a fucking idiot and stuff. Like, it's like, well, where did you get your facts from? You just sat down and plonked your ass in front of the news and listened to what they had to say to you. It's like, they're not the right people. The media these days is fucked because they don't challenge authority. They report authority and then challenge people who challenge the authority. They don't challenge the authority. Journalists used to challenge authority. They used to go, well, why do they think this? They don't do that anymore. No one does.
The authority that they are supposed to challenge is the one giving them the news.
Exactly.
Telling them what they're saying.
And it's about being first, the first person to break the news.
Exclusive first here today.
Yeah.
Remember when news used to be like a nice gentleman with a nice haircut, sitting in a suit, sitting there. And he was your mate, and he sat down every night and he goes, well, today.
He was your friend.
This has happened.
You'd invite him into your home.
And now it's like super fast cut action news all the time, every single day, first minute explosion time.
Yeah, it is.
And it's like, fucking calm down, man. You don't need to fuck. They got a chopper, like this guy's walking the fucking dog, and they got a chopper over him going, there's the potential pedophile. Right there, and fucking.
I haven't seen that one.
No, it's just every day.
Potential. It's just like, we might think he's one, so we get a chopper and we're looking at it.
Watch the news for 1 week, right?
Yeah.
And obviously they've got a schedule, but watch it for 1 week and you'll get a formula. You'll get celebrity shit. You'll get a little bit of well, right now you probably get a lot of.
Yeah.
You'll probably get a lot of stuff about flu. But what you watch is you see a couple of hard stories, a couple of celebrity stories. Followed by, and a squirrel got caught in a tree today. Oh, isn't that cute? Now over to you for the weather.
Little scamp.
Yeah, and then they go something light, and then they go weather, and then they come back for, it's hard sports tonight. Where some guy who you don't give a fuck about who earns 5 times more than you has hurt his leg and can't make more money next week.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right. And then they get back into some fucking shit.
Yeah, you know? Well, that's true, man. Like, I honestly, a lot of, it's a wanker thing to say, but I don't watch the news. And it's a wanker because it's a cliche now. It's like, I don't even watch the media. It's news.
I can one-up you on the wank factor. I haven't had my antenna plugged into the TV for about 5 years.
Yeah. And then footy season comes. Boom. Watch the footy. Plug it in.
Not even that.
Yeah, you don't do that. Yeah, so you've one up to me. But it's just painfully shit. Like you can't. It's all opinion pieces now. It's all like, this isn't the facts. This is my opinion. It's like some journalist going, well, and this is what I think. I think he should be banned from TV. It's just like, well, not many other people agree with that. So eat a bag of shit.
Emotive stuff. They want to play on what the mass people. How many people can I get emotional about this one topic?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they're playing the same game we're playing.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But at least we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Is make people like you. Make friends with people.
Yeah.
But the thing is, well, you got to figure out at the end of the day, why do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Do you want to do that so you can scare people into buying stuff? Or do you want to do that because you want to make people have a good time, have a laugh? And hopefully we're on the right side of that. But I think the people that we're talking about on the television are doing it for the wrong reasons. They're doing it for the reasons that they can get their career boosted and also manage to, have a major supermarket company stocks go up because you've gone, toilet paper, it's running out. You need to get yours now. Yeah. And it's like, hang on a minute. Do I really? Like
that's the psychology of the toilet paper thing is something to behold as well. It's like,
my mum got caught up in that. She's like, I grabbed a couple. Well, everyone else was there, and I just thought I'd grab a couple of rolls too. And I'm like, Mum, no, you're part of the problem, you retard.
Well, that's what it is, isn't it? It's people see that the shelf's empty, and they go, oh, shit, there's only 4 bags left. I better grab one of them, otherwise I'll never get some. It's like, toilet paper isn't even a necessity.
I can't believe we're still talking about it, because they're back again.
Get a hose,
exactly.
Run it through the window of the toilet, and spray your asshole out. Simple as that.
Very simple.
If you have to. Don't do that as a substitute, but just
save your bonks up till the end of the day and then have a shower. Save them up, put them in the bonk bank.
Yeah, the bonk bang. We should explain that bonk is usually a term for having
Coitus.
sexual intercourse.
Yeah.
So, but it's not in our world. So we've changed it. We've taken it from what it usually was to what it actually should be. Because bonk, bonk isn't fucking. Bonk is a shit. You go to the toilet and you do a bonk.
Is it because of the noise it makes? Because bonk when it hits the water.
I think I don't really know where the origins come from, but there's a reason to it, and I think I don't know. It's the consistency.
Where
of it,
did you first hear this term bonk for
it was like me and my brother used to say it.
It was the first time I ever heard it was probably about a year and a half ago.
Yeah. Well, so we made it up.
It's fucking hilarious.
Another interesting one is like, why when chickens have something, why if it's an egg you lay an egg, but if it's shit you do a shit.
Yeah, but Americans say
or you
take.
have one.
Everyone say take it in America. They take a shit.
Never take one.
Yeah, like take one where? Where are you taking it?
On a lead.
They're like, we're dragging it along with you.
Take it to the zoo.
But yeah, I understand having a shit like having a baby. Probably a little bit different, but it's similar. You're having it. It's coming from your body. You're having a shit.
Oh, you're having it?
You're having it. We've already descended into poo madness. We're only a couple of minutes in.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah,
but you lay an egg.
So we can't really have a valued opinion on coronavirus.
No.
On COVID-19, because then seconds later, if they accidentally hit the fast forward button 15 seconds, we're talking about. So it's called a bonk, and you can take it to the zoo. And, so we got no credibility. So really, whatever we say on COVID-19, it's nothing but opinion.
Yeah,
but we're not forcing it down your throat.
Man, anyone who's got anything to say about it's nothing but opinion, because realistically, there's fucking 8 guys in the world with a fucking microscope looking at it.
There's more proven.
Than that. But like, there's more people in the world that don't know and are just going. I remember the day one when it happened. Someone said to me, "Are you practicing social distancing?" And I'm like, I know all those words. I've heard all those words in my life, and I've used them before. But put together, you sound like a fucking idiot. Yeah. Practice social distancing. And I'm like, what the fuck? Is this like when people come up to you and they go, "I've got social anxiety"? And I'm like, well, why are you telling me about it? It's social anxiety, so I have to tell everyone? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You got told this today, and you're already like, "Yep, no, I see this badge. It says I practice social distancing. You see?" Yeah. It's like, you fucking just have a look. Like, do that anyway, right? We talked about this on day one. Like, it's like when you go to the supermarket, how close do you get to people?
I give everyone a wide berth.
Exactly.
People are absolutely disgusting.
But now you got to be told. It's like they're holding your hand and they're like, "Now, Cody, now grab your hand." And they're like, "Now, just see that over there? Go there, but don't talk to anyone and don't touch anything."
We've marked out on the floor where you can go.
Where you can stand.
Nothing creeps me out more. So I went to a restaurant the other day in town with a mate because we needed food.
That's right.
And it's okay to go to a place that's open and eat
Especially
food.
After working all morning and not wanting to cook.
Correct. So we go there and there's a sign. It says, "Do not go past this sign." And it's a COVID sign because it's unsafe to be on this side of the sign. So, we're in there and we're talking to the person. So we sort of accidentally creep past the sign 30 centimeters, something like that. And she goes, "I'm going to have to get you to stand right back," like she was a policeman now. Like all of a sudden she's like got some platform to speak down to people. And if I wasn't so hungry, I would have just left the restaurant and just gone, you're just annoying me. That's all. Like you could just go, "Oh, sorry, you just got to get the other side of the sign." It's like, "Oh yeah, sorry, forgot." But these people are getting up on their high horse because now they've been given some sort of normal everyday people that have never had the ability to be able to tell people off are now allowed to tell people off. It's like I've had this trouble with wives of police officers. Because their husband's a cop, they think that they can talk to people like they're a cop. Like, "I'll get my husband on you." It's like, stop with the shit. You're going mad. Talk to me like a human being. I talk to you like a human being. Stop thinking you have authority because I'll stand wherever I like. I might be a fucking asshole and don't care about coronavirus. I'll stand wherever I like. It's like, you can't force me to do this shit. I will do it. I'm sensible. I care about other people's safety. But I don't have to.
Yeah.
And people think that everyone has to do it. They don't. It's like locking people up in their buildings. That's wrong. That is completely and utterly wrong. Teach them about what could happen and how they might be ruining people's lives. They spread the virus. Don't lock them down like it's a communist move. It's the same game that if they played it in China or something like that, we would be bagging the fuck out of it years ago.
Yeah.
Like, look at that. That's just inappropriate. That's not democracy. We're doing this under the disguise of democracy and freedom, and it's the same game. Bullshit. Sick of it, boys.
It's the interesting part with that. You don't have to do it, but this is. See, I'm with you all the way. Like I say, if I was at a post office the other day posting off something, like a tar pedal, whatever, and a lady, I'm standing back behind their sign because it says, please, only 3 customers allowed, and there's like 4 people in there. I'm like, well, I'm not going to be that one guy. I'll fucking stand back. And they say, it's like, are you going in? I'm like, yeah, I am. Have you read the sign? And she's like, excuse me 1 second.
That's all right. We get phone calls regularly.
Yeah, mate. Yep. Nah, just on the TV right now. No, it's just my alarm.
So
have
you read the sign?
post office, and I said to the lady, oh, yeah, I am, but have you read the sign? They'll just call us up. And she's like, yeah, but I need to get in. And I was like, listen, bitch. No, I didn't say that. I wanted to say I was like, yeah, I know that, but this is the sign that they've stipulated, and I'm not going to be one of those guys. I'm like, they've stipulated this rule. I'm going to stick by that rule, okay?
Yeah,
because
those
business. People, there's a couple of people up there that don't feel safe, and to stop them having to do that, I'm going to need you to get right back. I'm going to do what their sign.
Yeah,
you know, and I'm standing not. It's me. You okay?
Fucking hell, man.
Holy crap.
Oh, see, again, why we can't have opinions that are valued?
I thought I was about to take off there for a second.
You were lifting.
I got air.
Holy shit.
So, I'm not standing behind the sign like...
Do you not care about doing that on the podcast?
Doing what?
You should care about.
Should I care? Should I care? Put the poll out. Should I care about doing farts on the podcast? That was absolutely atrocious. That was
fucking hell.
That's solid gold entertainment there. This is what you don't get when you watch other people's stuff. When you watch other people's TV shows, you don't get raw human action and laughter, right? This is the real world, man.
When you watch the Joe Rogan Experience,
it never
he's talking about
why do they not
coronavirus laws and social distancing and just having a fart fall out of your ass. Like, you've got no control over that.
I kind of did. I thought I could
made
just
eye contact halfway through it. It's just like, you're not doing this, are you?
I thought I could get it out. I'm sorry. This is the thing. This is why we'll never be successful, boys. It's my fault.
So, yeah, exactly. So back on point.
Okay. If we have to cut all that out and put it on Patreon, we'll do that.
Whatever.
Okay. So this woman, I'm not standing behind the sign, like looking directly at the sign and going, I will wait in front of the sign until the lady calls me to come to the counter. What I'm doing is I'm just kind of like leaning-ish on the sign, like, on the fucking sign. So if anyone wants to approach me, they've got to read the thing. And she's like, yeah, but I need to get in. And I'm like, so do I, but that's not going to get you in any quicker. And she's getting lippy with me. And I'm like, well, I said, that's great, but I'm not moving. I'm going to wait until Sue calls me up because Sue's a lovely lady at the post office.
Yeah.
And anyway, Sue calls me up and lets me through. And then one of the ladies calls another customer up, but not her.
Right.
And then another one, but not her.
Oh, Jesus.
So they got this woman stuck behind the line, and then on the way I walked out and she's kind of looking at me, and I'm just like, oh yeah, you're still in the line. Oh okay, yep, no worries. I thought I'd throw a petty little jab in there because I'm a piece of shit, but but with the getting locked into places and stuff, I think the hard part is that you give people information and they still choose to ignore it, right?
Yeah.
The only way to get the mass amount of fucking dumb, my kitchen rules. Fucking Married at First Sight watching numbskull dickheads, which is a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
Those shows, fine, no problem. But, like, you know what I mean? That's the religion. That's those people that, like, go and they buy a 2-litre bottle of Coke for the kids and a pack of smokes instead of, like, actual stuff.
Okay.
Those people have to be governed.
Right. Yeah, well, they do. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Some people are fucking idiots.
Well, it's true, very much true. And I don't think it's at their 100% their own fault, because there's a system that exists that fails them.
Yeah.
Like, when you are born and you get a couple of years at home and then you have to go off, like we've been talking about this a lot lately, where you got to go off at 4 or 5 years old or whatever and become part of a system that starts you at 9 o'clock in the morning, tells you when you can have a shit, tells you when you can have some lunch, tells you when you get to go home.
Yeah.
That doesn't work for everyone. That doesn't work for people. You've got to have some kind of nurture towards them instead of punishing them for not being able to fall into that line.
Yeah.
And that results in a lot of people like myself who are probably not as educated as they could be and as educated as they should be. And then people who are probably not as better off as I am in that department and end up on drugs as a rebellion against the system that they've been thrown into. Yeah.
So...
And those people need to be locked up, not locked up, but locked down, because the only authority that they really answer to is police, because they can put them in jails.
Well, yeah, but that's again, isn't that a problem thing? It's like in terms of they need to be locked up. They haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah.
So it's like
yeah. But hey, aren't we locked up? I mean, like, we're not. But you know what I mean? Like the freedom that you were saying are getting stripped away.
Mm.
Were they even really there in the first place? Because they could have done this at any point. This could have been done to us at any one point.
Lockdown.
Yeah, absolutely. If there's something like this happens, they can tell you to fucking go to bed. They can just say, stop it.
I'm talking about the full lockdown.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But they can still do that. They could have done that at any point in the last 10, 20, 50 years. I mean, they've done it with other flus.
So now that's an issue for me in terms of, okay, we give away that freedom now. Okay, there's a pandemic. How much do they take back after the pandemic's over? It's like, now we have unlimited power of locking you. Like, we can just lock it down, essentially. And we'll do it again when there's another scare of a swine flu or Ebola or something like that.
But we had swine flu and
swine
flu and Ebola come through, and we didn't get locked down for those. They were huge. They were huge over the last 30 years. And then,
but not globally, though.
Not globally, maybe not. I mean, it was spreading and it was doing bad stuff to people. But like the last big one that people always talk about was the Spanish flu, which was
1920s or something.
Yeah, something like that. They locked them the fuck down, and then they opened that shit back up again.
Yeah, hung around for 2 years, killed a lot of people.
Yeah,
it's basically what COVID's going to do, isn't it? It's just going to hang around for 2 years, and it'll keep coming back every year. But everyone will be like, "Oh, it's the COVID." Just get a cough.
But the difference between now and then is they didn't have the internet, so they couldn't fucking get confirmation bias as quick.
I enjoy questioning and
of
looking
course
at
you
different,
should, and you
different
should,
things.
and you should.
Because, okay, I'll take it on face value. Coronavirus is a virus that's killing people. Yeah. Terrible, horrible. It is. But why can't we look at other alternative? Listen to other people go, well, maybe it's this.
Yeah,
you should do that for everything in life. Absolutely everything, because the second you start, you see that in like religious schools. It's like they throw the science books out. It's like not even giving them a chance to think. So it's like just question some shit in your life.
It's the greatest way to become an agnostic on any topic is to expose yourself to all of the information.
Exactly. I prefer to be agnostic. Yeah. Who the fuck does
That's know? It. But that's and it's hard to imagine every time, and people do this all the time. They go, I want to be heard. I want all sides of the information to be known. It's like there's a lot of fucking sides to all the information. Yeah. Imagine if you were, the only way you could do this is if you were an immortal vampire and you had the time and you didn't have to eat, right? And all you could do is ingest information. Yeah. Like think about every single person every day takes photos on their phones, right?
Yep.
Every single person takes movies on their phones. Not every single, but enough people a day to create 1 billion hours of footage.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Whatever they call it, because it's not technically feet and inches anymore, feet and frames anymore. It's just files, whatever. Let's not get into semantics.
Just safe.
They're taking hundreds and billions of hours of video a day.
Yep.
On a single day, in a 24-hour day, they're creating all this extra stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine all the information that you would have to take in if you wanted to get every perspective, not every single person's perspective, but every facet of the story, as if your topic was a diamond and you wanted to get all those things to get the right information. Yeah. You couldn't do it.
It's impossible. A friend of the podcast and I were talking the other day, Tommy Russell, been on a couple episodes now. Everyone knows Tommy Russell. Yeah. He said most people things like there's grey areas in absolutely everything. That's what he said. It's like everyone thinks it's black and white. Never.
But there's not
grey areas and everything. Law and order.
You got to forget about the whole rainbow. That's the thing, is that there's so many.
There's different shades of grey between the black and white.
But that's the thing. You're only considering the shades between the black and white. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then this is that diamond.
Yeah, but then there's a guy over here.
Yeah, that's right. Then you got all the colours too. But he's right. He's 100% right, and I'm not disagreeing with him whatsoever, because there is this grey areas in everything, and there's shades of grey. But then you got colour too. You know what I mean? And that's the fucking bit where it's like,
well, yeah, and that's what I suppose that's the point we're both making is like, don't be black, don't be white. You know, in that.
That's right.
You know,
consider the grey, and then have a look at the colour.
Yeah, and have a look at the colour and see what suits you the best, because you're not going to know. You have to know everything. You know,
you can't know everything. And that's, I suppose, if there's any one single good takeaway message from today that we end up with, I think it would be a tell to these people on the other end of this microphone to make your own mind up. I mean, I'm not saying go nuts and just start fucking accusing people of shit and whatever, but you've got the time. You've got the time to do with what you will. So, I mean, whether it be, you know, you want to write a kid's book or whatever, you've got time. Go and consider every angle of possibility to do that. You can self-publish stuff for $700. You know what I mean? You can get 500 copies of your book for fuck all, and then sell those things. You've got plenty of time to consider every single possible angle that you can go down with that. You've got every single possible angle available on the internet if you want to figure out. That Silk Road podcast, right? You can go, oh, well, hang on, did he really do that? You could basically become a private investigator in your own time. I mean, yeah, you're going to be a keyboard internet warrior, and all you got is Google, because you can't go to real libraries and labs and talk to actual people, unless maybe you've got a podcast and your entire goal is to talk to that person on that exact topic, right? But people have got time to consider all the angles now. I mean, not all the angles, but you've got time to consider as many angles as you possibly can. But have a goal in sight. Do you ever see that Flat Earth documentary on Netflix? These guys said they wanted to do that stick test where basically you put one stick in the ground at one point and then you put another stick in the ground at the other point, showing a laser between the two, laser level. Yeah. Now, if they put them far enough apart and the Earth is in fact curved, they will be on an opposite angle. So if you put one, you know, on a, say, if you were to draw those 2 points, they'd meet at a single point. It would create a whatever degree angle. Yes. And they ran this test, so you shine the laser and it actually doesn't shine at the exact same level on the exact same stick, the exact same level. It shines a little higher because it's shooting up on an angle a little bit. Okay. And that was their goal. The goal was to prove the Earth was flat through this test. Did
they prove it was flat?
That should work. Well, they ran the test, and then they came back and their information had super high tech equipment too. Their information was wrong. I mean, their information was right, but the conclusion to their information was that their goal was not achievable. They could not prove the Earth was flat. In fact, they could prove that the Earth was round by doing that test. And so at the end, they're like, "Oh, I think some of my calibrations are off." So, and that's the thing is, they had a goal in sight, but you got to accept the fact that you may or may not be wrong with your goal. Yeah. So these guys couldn't accept that fact, and now they're running a bunch of other tests to try and make their information right. They're going to fudge their numbers until their information gets right. So you got to remember that too. If you're considering all the angles, you got to consider the fact that you might not succeed. What you think is real might not be real, and that's the best part. If you can accept that, then the fundamental reality that you live in can be shaken up. Then you will probably have more of an exciting time if you go and look at some information that you didn't think you were going to hear. Yeah. Yeah, go and wait till you find out about what Michael Jackson did.
Yeah. What did he do? He
Thriller.
Released Thriller, good song.
Good album.
Good album
stuff. Quincy Jones, what a legend.
Quincy,
I mean, he's still alive. I can't believe this guy's like as old as my grandpa, 86 or something.
I like the name Quincy.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of like those things you get off the trees. Oranges.
Is it? Yeah, because they're sort of Quincy. It's like it's an adjective.
Valencia.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
Are you related to Quincy Jones?
No. Jesus Christ.
Just go handheld.
Yeah. Sorry about that, close.
Yeah, listeners, if you heard that was the crane arm falling off the
Yeah, I'm related to Quince.
Yeah, Quince. Quince.
So, what's piece of clay? Like, we've spoken about it. Now, if you follow us on social media or even on the description of the podcast, you'll see that we call people piece of clays. Now, it's something that's evolved over the course of you and I knowing each other. What is it?
Currently, or what was it?
Well, what's the origin of it? Like
piece of clays are, everyone knows a piece of clay. Everyone has a piece of clay in their life.
Correct.
Basically, they have 5 steps to help you with your business today. I think you know where I'm going with this. Just anyone who we can be pizza clays, but without being a pizza clay about it. But it's just people who are always trying to take advantage of other people through online digital marketing or something like that. It can be real estate guys, it can be Kiani guys, it can be Tupperware ladies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just people who are trying to sell something all the time, even though you can tell they kind of don't believe in it, except they're reveling in the idea that they get to be in front of people.
So we should say it's not every person selling,
but it's us basically.
Well, it's the people that you look at and you go, oh.
It's the cringy. It's the cringe ones mostly. Because like there's people who do what they do and they do a great job.
Exactly.
How
does that mean? Why do we call people piece of clay? Because that sounds like we're just calling our audience a bunch of
How much
disingenuous flogs when we're not.
How much trouble do you want to get in?
Yeah, let's just leave it.
But piece of clays is hilarious, and the reason that they are piece of clays is because for 2 reasons. The malleability, it started as an insult and became a philosophical term. The malleability of people when they are literally ready to be molded into the next fucking shit shape.
It is,
They get told, they're like, oh, well, you work for us now. And it's like, well, welcome to Maya. Oh, not anything against Maya. Welcome to Maya, where we solve all your problems every single day. Welcome to Mitre 10, and it's like, well, fuck, man, you just hires bidder. You're just a corporate loyal fuck. Or they go out on their own, think their shit don't stink, and start overcharging people for stuff that's really of no value that they could do on their phone.
The corporate loyal thing's a funny one. An episode of Black Books, if anyone's seen that, where he goes and he works in the other bookshop. Yeah,
Goliath books with Simon Pegg.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And they just turn him into a robot. And I was like, I've worked in corporate jobs where it's like that, and that's exactly what they do. They've got all these policies.
This is the duty to do card.
Yeah, I got a duty to do. Very, very accurate, funny. You know? And I think it's kind of fucked the way that happens, and people allow that to happen to them. When they work there. You know?
I've worked in the big in those places as well. One thing I value from that is a little bit of order.
Yep.
Because I've also worked in the opposite of that, where there's no one knows what's going on. They're all just flying by the seat of their pants. But the structure that they have there. There's a guy who is a area manager for a lot of places. And I know guys who do this job and they don't even know what their job is. They're just on the phone talking to people about stuff. And they're like, no, mate, look, what we'll do is, I'll call the people at the office and I'll get them to sort it out. And then he's just driving around to the next shop, and then he goes there and he sits there and talks to them about what they're ordering, if everybody feels okay, grabs a couple of coffees, and then he goes to the next place. I'm like, what the fuck I want that job, man.
Me too.
They don't do anything. Like, please, if you're an area manager, I want to hear what it is you do, because I know a lot of these dudes out there and like that go, it's the easiest job in the world, and I get an extra 30 grand on top of whatever you're getting. And I'm like, no shit. And they fucking pay for him to drive around. I want to do that job.
Do that.
It's great. I could do that all day, man. I could solve people's problems on the phone. I fucking do that anyway.
Did you used to do the morning meetings? Like,
we had
talks?
We had a guy who used to do that on Monday, and I hated it. Yeah. And he loved it too. He'd like get the clipboard out, and he's like,
Did they play music and stuff every now and then to get everyone going?
No, it's not Walmart. Yeah.
I had that, and then they'd go around the room and they'd, what do you want to do today and stuff? And it was just like,
yeah, for real.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't last. And everyone would say, there's 6 people there, right? And they go, what do you want to do in this job? I want to make more money. Next, I want to make more money, and like, and then it got to me, like I was about 4th in, and I was just
want to kill myself.
I just said, honestly, I just like to come to work and have a good time. And then
That's
everyone went silent. Like, it just sort of went, okay, next. Like, it was just like, I don't belong here then, because sure, I want to make. Who does?
Are they talking about making money?
Motivate commission and
they're talking about for themselves or for the shop?
Themselves.
Yeah, right. Well, that's
That's fine.
I appreciate the honesty, but isn't that how wholesome of you to go? I just want to come to work and have a good time with my mates.
That's more important, isn't it?
Exactly, because that's the root cause of getting all those other things. If they want all that money, they can't just go, this is what I want, give me the money. You go, I'll get the money if I'm having a good time.
But it was just like, because I was third in line, I was like, I want money, but it's not my primary motivator. And I don't want to sound, they just want me to say that because it's all like, the more money you want, the better you're going to be.
I want to say the thing the last guy said too.
Yeah.
Except for this time I am saying it.
But if I'm going to be going and doing something 5 days a week, I want to make sure that I can enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because I've got to do it.
Yeah.
Let's enjoy it. Let's make sure that we enjoy it first and worry about the money secondary. But if you go there and you're like, I used to lose my shit when I was a plasterer just because I didn't like the environment. I didn't like it. And I used to like just really lose my shit. Like I'd misfire a nail or something and then I'd just 0 to 100 lose, flip out, step back, went to another job and I was like, I know why I was getting so angry. At the time I didn't know why I was raging. Why I was having anger management problem, because I was stressed out working in a place that made me feel shitty every day. And then if you change that, not everyone can, but you can't go on constantly going to work every day going, I hate this, and feel like the rest of your life's going to be okay, because you're just going to go home and you're not going to enjoy going home anymore. Eventually, you're going to kill yourself.
Exactly. It happens, man.
It happens.
People go home on their lunch breaks and just blow their brains out in their shed.
It happens.
I
won't say that. But
nearly shot your manager with a nail gun or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say that.
But it's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit different. I've been thinking this lately. It's like I have a lot of trouble coming to terms with just settling in a place. Settling. There's more to do, more to explore. I don't know if it's the right thing to do, but it's just like, okay, I'm done with that now. Yep. I've learned that. I want to go to this next thing.
You're building a skill set.
Trying to, but I'm not getting good at anything. I'm just learning how to do it, and that's
all
enough.
You can do, man. That's the thing is, I've always done that. It's hard to accept. I'd really love to be truly good at something, like expert at something one day. Like, I'm not talking like, you can do this and you can do that. I'm like, yeah, I can do those things to a level, but I would love to just master something. Wouldn't it be awesome to be better at something than anyone else? I mean, not for like I'm better than you, but I mean, how satisfied must that be? How satisfying must that feel?
I think that's why jiu-jitsu is so popular and no other martial arts.
Why?
Because it's something that, you can do.
It has clear goals, I suppose.
Well, it has. Yeah, you show up and you just keep getting better every time you go. And it's such a long process that it gives you something to do and a goal. That's the most important thing in life, is to be going somewhere, be on a fucking trajectory, have a destination, have something in mind.
And the physical aspect of that too, the endorphin rush that you get.
That too.
You know what I mean?
It's exercise. It's just ticking every box, apart from the crippling.
Yeah, the actual crippling.
Yeah. Getting your neck cramped. Like I rolled yesterday for 2 hours and I'm absolutely, like I haven't rolled properly for a while and it's not good for your body, but you trade that in.
Yeah.
For the goals. You trade it all in.
But it's very clear cut, and like you say, you've got something to do every single day, and you always get better.
Yeah, and everything's a challenge, a challenging thing. You get rewarded, and the serotonin when you tap someone else, it's good. So
natural dose.
It's just like everything about it is good, and then there's days where you go, oh, it's shitty, I want to quit.
Yep.
But that's everything.
They're the best days to go, though. They're the best days to go back.
Yeah.
Because they're the days you don't want to, and you probably deserve the punishment for being a bitch.
Exactly. It's true. So, yeah, I think that's important, goals. I can't write full comedy shows. What have I done? 4, including the one you and I did, shows. I can't write them unless I book the date of the show, book the dates in and have the show already planned. Now it's like, oh shit, I've got nothing now I've got to write.
The pressure's good.
It makes you do it.
Yeah.
And it might be the stupidest thing some other comedians have heard or whatever, writers. but it's just like it's the only way it works.
Yeah.
The only way it works. I'm not motivated enough.
The back on the repetitive work stuff, I used to have nightmares about that, about being back in that environment where you do the one over, and then you get that dissatisfaction of being interrupted by someone at the counter, and then you've got to go, oh, the process has been fucking dropped, and then you got to go listen to someone talk for 15 minutes.
True.
Oh, we'll just bloody come up from Queensland, my nephew's coming down soon, and back. Oh, I remember back here it used to be farmland as far as the eye can see, and I don't care. I'm sorry, but I'm like, if I don't finish all these things, there's going to be an entire bunch of people that are going to be very angry at me, and you need to like just get your shit and get the fuck out.
Yeah,
you can't say that, and it's not. I'm not. But whatever.
Yeah.
I used to have nightmares about getting distracted from trying to fucking complete a task, which is basically my whole life up until this point.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
And it does make you feel horrible. That's that like about building that skill set, right? Is hopefully all the skills that you've built up into a point can be channeled into the place that you do settle, because you'll never find it. You're chasing the dragon. It's like a heroin addict. You're always looking for your first hit again. But if you can get all those skills that you've got, that you've developed over all those gigs, and turn them into a place that you can go and have a good time. Once you start to do that and you have a good time and you've got all those skills you need, you get better. I can equate this back to if you ever go and see a band, and this used to happen a lot, I go and see bands that were musically excellent.
Yep.
Fuck, they were hard to watch. They were just, I'm like, nobody's doing anything. No one's having a good time. It's like they're basically reading it. Like, yeah, obviously you're technically excellent. They're reading the songs. I mean, I read the songs because there's 75 fucking things to remember, so I try to read them. But
but you gotta bring a bit of. It's a show.
You perform.
It's an entertainer.
It's a performance, and that's the thing is when you are reciting other people's music, for example, you have to perform it with some kind of gusto. But one above and beyond all of that is if you look like and genuinely are having a good time, everyone else will have a good time. I've played songs I hate to people I probably would hate if I knew them. But it's because I had a good time, I made them have a good time.
Yeah,
we had a good time. We all had a good time. The band, we had a good time. We were laughing. We didn't. Any mistakes that were made. I know guys in town who were like, "No, it's got to be exactly." No, not oohs. It's ahs. Okay, don't ooh. It's ahs there. All right, no oohs.
Even if you make a mistake, people don't give a shit as much as you think it matters.
Go and see the real band. I bet they make mistakes.
Absolutely.
But guess what? They're having a good time. Probably because they're on millions of dollars and there's 100,000 people there. But
no one cares.
Have a good time.
A mistake is more authentic than being perfect. Yeah. It's like, that sounds like it's
Jimi Hendrix famously said once, and I can't quote it exactly, but he's like, I've heard people replicate me so well that they play my mistakes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people will play his mistakes.
In thinking that they're unique.
Yeah, and thinking that like they're like, oh, play it like Hendrix does. He would do this, and it's like, yeah, because he fucked up because he was on heroin.
Yeah,
but then he's like, people copy exactly.
But
that.
his mistakes did sound good. Like you could always tell, like he didn't quite hit the string properly, and it buzzed a little bit, but it just for some reason fit into his style.
That's how he played. And that's no one will ever play like Jimi Hendrix again. No one will ever play like Cody Jones again because you will play as you play. Yeah, anything. You know what I mean? There's only one you. Great song, by the way, by T.G. Shepherd. It's a country song.
Okay.
I've seen this world from corner to corner.
If you like T.G. Shepherd, you can download their album from no, we won't.
I don't know if he's still alive.
Yeah, it sounds like he's not.
70s country song.
Yeah.
But have a good time. It's two things to take away from this. Look into stuff yourself and be genuine. Have a good time. Have a good time. Like, have a laugh.
Can we say all this stuff? Like now I feel like we can't say anything.
Why?
I don't know. There's this awkwardness around me now that it's like, people are just going to be like...
Fuck them.
Yeah, I know. And that's my belief. But it's like, I just have this... It's like walking around on eggshells these days.
Yeah,
and I don't like it.
You can't say anything to anyone anywhere.
But I'm on the cusp of just blowing it all out and just going, nah, I'm going rogue. I don't care.
Look, I would, if I could, I would totally
feral.
do that. I'd love to do that. Like, you can't. It's like going into Mexico if you want to fucking go for a holiday, mate. Like, you've got to pull your papers out with your fucking body condom on and all that kind of shit. But
I think we need to just go, right, if this carries on, fuck it. I'm not playing along anymore with anything. I'm just going completely feral. I'm cutting all ties to everything that I don't agree with.
Yep.
And I'm saying what I want. Imagine if you could just say exactly what you fucking wanted on this.
Man, I tell you what.
We're biting our tongue on so many things.
I say a lot of shit people wouldn't normally say. A lot of shit all the time, every day.
Yes.
To the point where
can vouch for that.
People are like, fucking hell, he talks some shit. You should hear the shit I don't say. My filter is on all the time, and this is the shit that I say. You know what I mean? The amount of shit that I like. A very funny video I watched last night. This guy's like, mate, I'm not G'ing it up. I'm not G'ing it up. But seriously, I'm not G'ing it up. But the amount of shit that I don't say that I'd really love to, and not whether it be for something funny, whether it be to tell someone to get fucked, or whether it be because I really want to eat that pizza cake or whatever. The amount of shit that I don't say because I don't want to make someone feel uncomfortable. Get upset or think I'm a fucking mental case, which I am.
We both.
But man, like, that's the thing is that imagine if all filters are off, it'd be chaos. You got to have some kind of filter. But I agree with what you're saying in the sense that
I don't mean everyone just going around telling people
you can't just go, hey, nice tits.
Exactly. I don't mean that.
Nah.
It's the shit that they're trying to stop.
Exactly.
Yeah,
regular people stuff.
Yeah.
Regular people stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to go and have Chinese for dinner. Oh, what? Yeah, I'm going to have Chinese for dinner. No. And it's like, no, it's actually fucking Chinese food. I'm not.
Who says no to that?
Someone will. Someone will. But that's where it's going to get to. It's going to get to. Like, I didn't say, I just said the fucking food that I'm going to get is fucking Chinese food. But honey chicken's actually made by white people. It's but you want to go get Indian food. Well, butter chicken's actually white people food, and it's made from England. And it's like,
how about this? A
Chinese
Chinese man.
Indian shop. They sell it at the Indian shop. That's where they sell it.
Yeah. Well, how about this? Like, a Chinese man cooked it for me. Then he made my dinner.
The bacon and eggs isn't Chinese food, though, Cody.
Oh, but he cooked it. I don't know.
But you know what I mean? Like, obviously,
exactly
we're having a comedic. And this is no, I don't have to say that. I'm not saying that. Fuck you. Chinese man cooked my eggs and I liked them.
It doesn't matter where people come from.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck, man. If you cook good food, Goxie, and I said this before, Goxie's the funniest motherfucker. He said this one thing about he never goes political, and he said something about Pauline Hanson. She's like, in the 90s, she wanted to kick out all the Asians. And now she wants to kick out all the Muslims and stuff, but like, and now she's trying to get all the people with autism out of schools.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just wait and see what kind of foods they come up with, because
yeah,
Chinese food's awesome. He loves HSPs. He's like, maybe we should wait and see what kind of foods they come up with first. I was like, that's fucking solid gold.
That's a good.
But that's the thing is, everyone's the same. Fundamentally, all our experiences are very minutely differentiating, right? But we're fucking just the same guy. We're just the same. We're all the same fucking person.
We are. Yeah, we're aware.
That's
we
right.
are aware of what's going on, and that's it. Everything else is just happening around it.
And it's good. You're supposed to, you're there to experience it. But just don't be an asshole. Like, this is the thing. If you have to go out of your way to make someone else's day a little bit less good, then you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah, go and eat a shit straight out of an animal's ass.
But I saw someone put up a thing that said something like, if you had $86,400 in your bank,
right,
and somebody stole $10 out of that bank account, you wouldn't throw the rest of the money away, would you?
Right.
And I'm like, no, but I'd go and find the person who took the 10 and I'd fucking shave their head.
Shave their head.
The crux of this story was there are 86,400 seconds in a day. Don't let that 10 seconds that someone gives you the shits ruin it. And I'm like, don't tell me what to do with my day.
Yeah.
No, not really. But I get that. But that's the thing is, why would someone spend 10 seconds of their day to make your day worse so that they could stand up a little higher over you?
Well, that's just what people do.
People are pieces of shit. Not all of them, but yeah. Like, that's the thing is, we're all here together. And I'm not trying to get all fucking shit, like, about it, but we're all here. Everyone's here, man. We've got to share the joint, you know what I mean? Stop fucking just busting and killing motherfuckers and selling their shit to put houses on or whatever. I know. I think we stopped doing that. Hey, here's a good one for you. Here's a new
Okay.
concept for you. Do you think there'll be a new country within the next 50 years?
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the place
Yep.
with the little place.
Who will take it? Because
Um,
the only way you can become a new country, you can make a new country, is if you fucking wipe it out and then take it over.
yeah. So
You reckon there'll be a new country?
Yeah, I don't like to speculate.
No. Just in case you're right.
Just in case I'm 100% right with everyone else who's guessing right now.
But imagine like
They're
if
on
you,
the cusp of getting blown away.
if you're a guy in New South Wales, for example, who's got a shit ton of farmland, right? Some people own more land in New South Wales than some countries have, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if you just gone, no, I'm going to cut it down. I'm going to put a bank in there, put a little office, put a little porter shed, you know what I mean? This is going to be the Ministry for Defence right here. This is where we keep the guns.
And so he's going to be his country.
Yeah. And they wouldn't, if he had an army like that, if he said, well, we're going to put an army, they would shut him down straight away. No, you're not having guns. No, absolutely not. What do you need guns for? To start a war?
I'm going to turn my farm into a country.
Probably
say,
about
no,
that.
you're not having your
His
country.
own currency and shit like that.
Just some drunk.
There's some dudes who have made their own countries that are really small. I want to hear a bit more about these guys.
Is there really?
Yeah, I think there's like the smallest country in the world is like a city block or something like that.
And some guy just made it.
Yeah, he's just like in his country now, and I don't know if it's recognised, but he's like he has his own money. It's just paper printed out with his head on it and shit.
Like he cut it out himself.
Yeah.
Laminated it.
Laminated it. Who does he pay?
No, he's the only one that lives there.
Did he have to get his passport checked on the way in and out?
Yeah, probably. It's a country. Oh, Christ. That's great. Let's get him on.
Yeah.
Let's get the president of that country.
President of that city block country, yeah.
Get him on here. Yeah, awesome. Well, that was a good fun podcast.
Yeah,
man.
thanks very much.
Yeah, that was good.
That was
It's good to be back, just
Yeah,
the two of us.
That's it. Just the two of us. Are we singing copyrighted material this week?
Let's not.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. We've got two songs to cut out. DG Shepherd and then that one that was on that Austin Powers movie when he sings about the mini-me.
Oh, let's keep it in. Let's not cut it.
It's not Billy Ocean, is it? Not Billy Ocean. Bill Withers? Bill Withers.
You know more than me.
Make it if we try, just Bill Withers.
So that was episode 24.
Yeah.
With Broden, Cody. This is the Flow State podcast. Before we go, we just want to remind you that if you want to support the podcast even more, you can find us on Patreon. And for just $1 a month, you can be a part of the team and get access to exclusive bonus content, which will include some stuff from today's episode that we cut out because it's just for people who like us, that we sure like us. And so Patreon.com/Flow State podcast and become a part of the Flow State team.
That's right. Cody, I think you got a couple of rules you need to rattle off before we go.
Yeah, remember this, guys. Stay away from the aliens. Never shit yourself, no matter what happens.
And belt it up your ass.
Hold it up your ass.
Fantastic. Have a lovely time, guys. We want you to look after yourself. We want you to look after each other. Don't spit on people. And
we love you.
Yeah, just enjoy yourself.
We love you all, everyone that listens to this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We hope that you have everything in life that you want. You deserve it.
That's true.
We love you more than life itself. Patreon.com/Flow State podcast.
Buy our t-shirts. Buy our merch.
Buy our
made.
t-shirts.
Check out the live show.
Yeah, check out the live show. All available on our website, www.flowstatepodcast.weebly site. We don't pay for the full thing. .weeblysite.com.
Thank you very much.